I will have to say that I will refuse to yield anymore the floor.
No, I'm asking you a question. You went to China, you asked the ambassador of the Philippines there, Madam Brady, for a meeting, and you said, do not take notes during our conversation. And you called the Secretary of Foreign Affairs a traitor. In fact, you told me that he committed treason. You want me to read this?
Point of order, Mr. President.
You want me to read this?
Point of
What is the
order.
point of order?
The Senate President may reveal sensitive information pertaining to foreign relations and national security. And I believe it is out of order in
You
this
do not teach me what
session.
the parliamentary proceedings. I'm not answerable to anybody about
There's a
what
point
I
of
say
order,
in this hall.
Mr. President.
The Senate President may proceed.
Yan.
All right? And I have here the white paper that you've been writing about the Secretary of Foreign Affairs.
Walk out siya eh.
17 August 2012. He cannot take the hit. He's a coward. I'm not like that. I have to present it to the members of the Senate in a caucus. And whatever is decided by the caucus, I abide by it. Even during impeachment. Were you not present in these caucuses? Is there any instance where I ask you or any one of you to vote according to my wishes?
Mr. President,
I'm asking you a question.
that's irrelevant from this. I can cite several instances.
You know, it's irrelevant because
Yes.
you are telling falsehoods here.
I take exception to that statement.
I
Mr.
am
President.
saying you are telling falsehoods here
Well,
because there are records of our proceedings.
well, Mr. President,
All right.
okay.
Isn't it a fact that you are angry at me because you were asking me for an additional budget for your oversight committee and I did not allow it?
No, that is a falsehood,
All
Mr.
right.
President.
Okay, but the record is
Which
such
record?
now.
Which record, Mr. President? Which record, Mr. President? Can, if you want, if you are actually daring this representation, Mr. President, for us to take out the list that detailed the actual budget for all the oversight, we can go there, but I'm not inclined to, Mr. President.
You know, Mr. Senator, I was the one who took you out of the rut when you were imprisoned in Camp Crame. I never did this before. I went out of my way to talk to people so that you can get back here in the Senate and I guaranteed your presence here. But I'm not saying this because
Precisely
I want
you're
you
saying
to
it, Mr.
owe
President.
any favor to me. I'm just putting that on record to show the character of each one of us here. Okay,
Walang utang na loob.
second, I'm sure that you resented my statement when we were in the cabinet, when you were presenting your supposed position as against the position of the Department of Foreign Affairs, when President Aquino invited me to attend a cabinet meeting on the Scarborough problem. And I told you, who authorized you to make a backroom negotiation with the Chinese for the Scarborough?
Yes, and the
And you were
President...
telling me about treason. Remember?
Yes, and the
That the
President
Secretary of just a minute.
answered you directly that he authorized me. He told it in your face, Mr. President.
What? Yes, that's correct.
Oh, that's correct. Yes,
I accepted that because I
precisely.
did not know that you were authorized. But the fact is that I asked you, whom did you talk to in China?
I don't need to report to the Senate President, Mr. President.
You have a duty
I am
to
not,
report what you do
obliged.
as a senator to this chamber. And in fact, you have a duty to notify the office of the Senate President when you leave this country to go abroad.
But I did
And
not.
the only time that I have authorized you is one time. I do not know how many times you have been to China. My understanding is you have been to China talking to the Chinese government for 6 times already.
Yes. And
And that you have met them 15 or 16 times. For
Yes.
what reason? We do not know. Are you becoming a 5th columnist of the Chinese in this country?
The Senate President is not privy to the backroom channel talks, and I'm not obliged in any way to
I think you
divulge.
have a duty to inform the people.
I'm not. I have already informed the people, but not the Senate President. I'm not obliged to report to the Senate President, and all this line of questioning is irrelevant again. And should this line of questioning continue, I will have to say that I will refuse to yield anymore the floor.
No, I'm asking you. I'm asking you a question. You went to China. You asked the ambassador of the Philippines there, Madam Brady, for a meeting, and you said, do not take notes during our conversation. And you called the Secretary of Foreign Affairs a traitor. In fact, you told me that he committed treason.
Yes, it was an executive session, and we're not supposed to
And I
divulge
will
what's
read,
happening in
you
the.
want, I will read into the record your conversation with Brady
But it's
and his
supposed to be.
notes to the Department of Foreign
It's
Affairs.
supposed to be a confidential matter.
Yes, but there's nothing confidential.
Even in the executive meeting, cabinet meeting, in the cabinet meeting in Malacanang, Mr. President, I will refuse to answer if that's
Because you
going to be the
cannot
line.
answer the
No,
questions I'm
because
going
it's
to ask
going
you
to
about
be
your
improper
meeting.
in this particular interpretation.
Because you cannot answer
I
the
can
questions
answer.
I'm going to
I
ask
can
you.
answer, but I won't be baited into that trap.
You met,
The point
you met
here
Brady.
is, Mr. President, this is
Mr.
how I felt.
President, may I request this gentleman.
Mr. President,
to
in
be
that case,
admonished.
I will refuse to yield the floor anymore.
Well,
for,
in that case, I
any
will read
interpretation.
read into the record the notes that Mrs. Brady or Ambassador Brady wrote about your conversation with her in Beijing on August 12, 2012. You want me to read
point
this?
of order, Mr. President.
You want me to read this?
Point of
What is the
order.
point of order?
The Senate President may reveal sensitive information pertaining to foreign relations and national security. And I believe it is out of
Involved,
order
it was
in this
in the height of the
session.
problem.
Parliamentary
He
proceedings.
has to
I'm not
find out
answerable to
what
anybody
was happening.
It's a
what
point
I
of order,
say.
So
Mr.
he
President.
tried to see
The
whether
Senate
he
President may
was.
proceed.
Yan.
All right?
This was a
And
move
I have
of the
here,
Americans. He was suspecting the
the
Americans
white paper
as
that you've been
involved
writing
in
about the
the
Secretary of
conflict.
Foreign Affairs.
He ascertained that they do not want any conflict, especially in an election year.
August
I think
2012. We cannot
the word
take the
"they"
hit.
there refers to the
It's a coward.
Chinese. 5. On
Senator
Secretary del
Trillanes
Rosario,
requested that no
U.S.
notes
has already
be
let
taken.
him go.
That's one.
Binitiwan na siya.
What the Chinese want
This
to
is
tone down
the note
rhetoric.
of
They
Brady.
met the night before.
In the July
Mr. President,
meeting,
with the
Hillary
senior
Clinton
Chinese
did not
President,
speak
Mr.
up for
Official.
us. Secretary del Rosario is committing treason. This is a senator of the Republic calling our secretary a treasonous person. In a foreign land, he does not even know when treason arises. 6, we are internationalizing the issue because of Secretary del Rosario. This is his move. 7, there was never any negotiation between the Chinese and the Americans. Just a meeting with Kurt Campbell. Mr. Campbell was not a negotiator. Besides, Secretary del Rosario was not there. 8, the arrangement being looked at by the senator, meaning Senator Trillanes, was one side would leave first, then the other side, then the next, etc.
They were talking about the manner of evacuating Scarborough. He then received a call from Pinoy saying, why are the Chinese still there? When there was an agreement for simultaneous withdrawal, he thought to himself, this is not the arrangement. He was protecting the Chinese. He asked Manny V. Pangilinan to ask Secretary Del Rosario to keep quiet, to quiet down. This has now happened. The two go a long way back because it was also Secretary Del Rosario who introduced Mr. Pangilinan to the Indonesian businessman. During the days of the PLDT, Secretary Del Rosario confronted the Yuchenko Group / shareholders and threatened them. This is a senator talking back against a cabinet member. 10. The 2+2 meeting in the U.S., Mr. Pangilinan was paying a lobby group to get that meeting. This is number 10. It says the 2+2 meeting in the U.S., Mr. Pangilinan was paying a lobby group to get that meeting. I do not know what that 2+2 meeting was all about. We thought all along it was with the accord of the U.S. 11. DFA was the one who kept releasing press articles. Now the press is turning their back on Secretary Del Rosario. In this way, he is being marginalized. The release of the picture of a man planting flag on Panatag is from the 1980s, so this was rehearsed. On the Hasa grounding of the Chinese frigate, there was supposed to be no press release. But when the DFA got hold of it, it released it to the media. The ramming was also an incident that was released to the press. Trillanes wanted everything that was happening in Scarborough to be made secret so that it will protect the interest of the Chinese. Mr. Pangilinan and Secretary Del Rosario wanted to create an event. He was accusing these two of manipulating a war condition to divert attention from the reed bank. The findings there were not substantial, so Mr. Pangilinan asked the Chinese group not to release the findings. They needed time to ensure that they can recover their investment first sell off to another buyer. Imagine. What a senator. Nakakahiya. There were alarmists. 13. There were alarmists in the palace meeting when Secretary Del Rosario presented the invasion of Luzon. I was there. This is not a total falsehood. So nabilog ang ulo ng lahat. You saw this in the meeting. Even Senate President Enrile wanted to cut relations. This is very alarmist. This gentleman is foisting falsehood. I was there, President Aquino was in front of me. I was directly in front of him, and he was the Secretary of Foreign Affairs, poor Secretary of Foreign Affairs, who was being pilloried by this novato in foreign relations, accusing him of not knowing his job. And I said I support the position of the Department of Foreign Affairs. We should involve our allies and friends in this discussion because we cannot handle the Chinese on a bilateral basis. But he was insisting on a one-on-one dealings with China. What bargaining position do we have? He's supposed to be a trained military mind, but he does not know anything about military strategy.